Let's Live Radio salutes all of the high school and college graduates of 2020. I'm Sally Ann Roberts with Kelly Abney, who is manager and co-owner of Let'sLiveRadio.com with Rosalind Nocentelli Flott.
Yes, and we at Let's Live Radio joined the rest of the world in celebrating our 2020 graduates. Most of our graduates were not able to enjoy a ceremony due to the COVID-19. So we at Let's Live Radio all week are giving our 2020 graduates a virtual ceremony.
A graduation ceremony has a commencement speaker and inspiring music. Well, we have not one but 22 prominent speakers lined up to encourage and enlighten graduates and their families at a time when many may be wondering what's next in this coronavirus-plagued world.
Over the next 3 hours, you will hear messages of encouragement from greats in the entertainment world like Irma Thomas, Leo Nocentelli, Hezekiah Walker, Neville, and actor Christian LeBlanc.
We also have a host of award-winning journalists, writers, and entrepreneurs who are in demand as public speakers and mentors.
And we are going to play the music that these movers and shakers say moves them and will hopefully inspire you also. So sit back, graduates, parents, grandparents, and teachers, as we celebrate you too. And can't stay with us for 3 hours? No worries. We will be replaying this all week on Let'sLiveRadio.com, and you can also download the free app.
To start things off, a man who knows something about persevering through the storms of life. Meteorologist Carl Arrendono spent 3 decades helping us weather all kinds of turbulence, from hurricanes and floods to tornadoes and heat waves. Then last year, Carl retired as WWL-TV's chief meteorologist because of failing eyesight. Carl has a rare genetic condition known as retinitis pigmentosa. But this challenge has not kept Carl from living life to the fullest. He devotes his time helping people with disabilities through Lighthouse, Louisiana. If you're flying through a storm, you want a pilot at the helm who has flown safely through storms before. Carl is such a trusted guy.
Hey, 2020 graduates from high school and college. I'm former Chief Meteorologist Carl Arrendono from Channel 4. Sally Ann asked me to send a little video of encouragement to you guys in this uncertain time. Life is about changes. Life is about uncertainties, obstacles, rejections. Don't ever let that get you down. This is your life. Go for what you want, your dreams, and don't take no for an answer. Keep fighting, keep working the problem, keep understanding what you need to do to keep moving forward. There will be obstacles in life, there will be rejections and setbacks. That's part of life, just like what we're going through right now with COVID-19, an obstacle in your life that no one has ever gone through before, not only graduates, but adults as well, and everybody. One of the things I want to read to you real quick is an inspirational quote that kind of tells a story of life, for me especially, with the setbacks I've had in my life, losing my vision right now. But this comes from a movie, one of the Rocky movies. The world ain't all about sunshine and rainbows. It's a very nasty and mean place, and it'll beat you down to your knees and keep you there if you let it. You, me, nobody is going to hit you harder than life itself. But it ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. So I look at the setbacks and keep moving forward. So will you. One of my favorite songs by one of my favorite bands is Bon Jovi, It's My Life. So listen to the lyrics, look up the lyrics, take control of your life, and go after your dreams.
Thank you, Carl, for helping us weather the storms for 3 decades, which is basically all of my life. Thank you so much.
Warren Bell is a well-known TV and radio broadcaster and journalist. He honed his craft at St. Augustine High School and Yale University. This New Orleans native has wise advice for graduates dealing with life during the coronavirus pandemic.
Hi, this is Warren Bell offering my congratulations to the class of 2020 and best wishes to each and every one of you graduating this month, whether it's from high school or from college. Congratulations also to your parents and loved ones for being there to support you along the way of this journey to the next chapters in your life. And we do remind you that commencement means you're beginning a new chapter in your life. We know you're concerned and confused right now. Concerned about immediate issues like your health and safety, something all of us are worried about during the COVID era, and also concerned about the health of those folks you love. Another big concern, especially if you're finishing up college right now, is what comes next. Will you even be able to find a first job after college when you see parents and loved ones all around you being furloughed or laid off without any promise of getting their jobs back? You're not alone, my friends. Let me assure you, because I'm a parent with 2 adult daughters whose jobs were ended by the current pandemic. But despite that, I want you to remember this is not the first time young Americans have had to be concerned while reaching this particular moment in their lives. Over 100 years ago, thousands of young and old Americans were among the worldwide victims of something called the Spanish flu. We survived that pandemic, and we have to believe that this too shall eventually pass. 51 years ago, I was in your shoes as I graduated from high school, wondering whether I could go on to pursue my college degree or instead be drafted into military service at a time when thousands of young American soldiers were still being killed in Vietnam. Now, the difference, of course, is that the threat to our lives back then was on the other side of the world, whereas right now, we're all facing a deadly silent enemy that's already here among us. What is not different, in my opinion, is the need for you to remain optimistic and faithful that the newest challenges for all of us shall also pass. But you have to remain upbeat and you have to believe in those things, while you also believe in yourself and believe, listen to this folks, that God has a purpose for each of us. Now that purpose may not always reveal itself immediately, and there are always setbacks along the way, but when your mind and your heart are in the right place, when you live by a sense of right and wrong, ethics and integrity, my belief is you will prevail. You know, it might sound corny or old-fashioned, but as far as I'm concerned, we're always better off when we seek our guidance from above. Years ago, the musical group Earth, Wind & Fire conveyed a similar message about trusting in a higher power when they wrote a song whose lyrics reminded us, "Found myself never alone, changes come to make me strong. Step right up, be a man. You need faith to understand." So we're saying for you to hear, keep your head in faith's atmosphere. Keep your head to the sky. That's right, keep your head to the sky.
Chef Kevin Belton cooks up laughter and lots of good food, like on the Eyewitness Morning News in New Orleans, and he is seen on public television stations nationwide on his Emmy Award-winning show, Kevin Belton's Louisiana Kitchen. And he has a recipe for success for the class of 2020.
Hi, this is Chef Kevin Belton. Congratulations, class 2020. You've worked so hard and now it's paying off. You know, life is like standing on water. It's always moving and you have to adjust as you go, just like we've been doing these past few months. Success doesn't happen overnight. You know, everyone sees me on TV and sees the shows, but I've been at it a long time, and it's about taking your time and grinding it out to getting where you want to get. You know, my mom always told me, picture life like a river. And as you see the barges going in different directions, step onto a barge, see where it takes you. And I tell you what, if you don't like it, jump on the next barge. It may be going the other way, but just go ahead and live life. You know, no matter what you choose to do in life, and no matter what you choose as a career, it's important to come home happy. I always tell my sons, if you make $100 a week or $100,000 a week, you're going to be broke anyway because you're going to spend it all. So the important thing is to come home happy. And to be successful, there are many ways to do it, but one of the most important things about being successful is It's easy for us to do things that we like, but to truly be successful, we have to do things that we don't like. And you imagine your life however you want it to be, because it's all about dreaming. If we don't have dreams, we'll never go anywhere. So set your goals high, imagine whatever you want, and I know you can succeed and get there. So congratulations again, and every day, be grateful, be thankful, be humble, and like the song says, rise up every day. Congratulations.
Rising Up by Mike Dowd.
I'll keep on rising up, well, I'll keep on rising up. Every day I'm rising up.
David Bernard is originally from Houston, Texas. He is a popular television meteorologist. He worked in New Orleans and then went to Miami. And now he's back in New Orleans because New Orleans has a way of grabbing hold of you. You think you're just passing through the Big Easy, but the Big Easy grabs you and brings you back. And we're so glad that David came back because he's a perfect fit for the Big Easy. He has a big heart and boundless enthusiasm that is contagious.
What a year this has been so far, and what a year this is going to be. You are graduating. You are reaching a milestone in your life. But it's just that, one stone. You've got a lot more stones to put down as you pave your own road, your own path in life. Hey, life is crazy in both good and bad ways. We're seeing some of the bad ways right now. It's hard to see how and when this will end, but it will. And out of this will come great things, and we need you to be a part of those great things. I'm so encouraged and excited for your generation. The young people that I interact with, whether it's mentoring or with the children of my friends, I see the same thing. A generation that is forward-thinking and ready to take our nation to new heights. It gives me energy and it keeps me going. I need you. We need you. I love so many quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King, but this one we all really need to hear right now. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Congratulations and good luck. And now from one of my all-time favorite groups that you may know if you saw the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen, and We Are the Champions.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
You are the champions. Class of 2020, receive that. You are champions. Thank you, David, my dear friend for life and former colleague for so many years. I just love everybody that I am sending your way today is somebody who has personally touched my life. Bill Capo, the incomparable, wonderful action reporter who helped so many people over decades, is coming your way next, followed by my forever friend, Charisse Gibson, and then Angela Hill. Let's Live Radio celebrates you, high school and college graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Bill Capo. Many of you may recognize my voice or my name because for many of you, I came into your houses every day on Eyewitness News. I worked for WWL-TV for 36 years. You remember how your parents made you stop watching the television programs you wanted to and watch the doggone news? My daughter used to complain to me all the time, and then she would see a story and go, well, I didn't know that, which is why we do the news, to tell you important things that you need to know to make decisions about your life. Sally Ann Roberts, a dear friend of mine through it that entire time. So you guys are starting a new chapter in your lives. You have so many opportunities. You know, when I graduated, for many people, they started a career and worked at one job for their entire lives. You guys have so many opportunities now. You can have a number of different careers. Even I did. When I retired from Channel 4, I became a tour guide, and I love that. So graduating, now it starts a new chapter. Now let me correct a misconception for some of you. Some of you thought the whole reason you were going to school was to memorize the information so you could pass the doggone tests. Remember memorizing stuff for the math test, the history test, the science test? Do you remember what happened on March 31st, 1823? Nobody cares about that. That's not the real reason you were going to school. You really were there to learn how to learn. That's one of the most important things for your entire life. Learning will be the key to success throughout your life. Learning For those of you going to college, you'll be learning about the career that you choose. Those of you graduated from college are going to have to learn about the exact job that you take. Every time you get a promotion, change jobs, you're going to have to learn about that. You're going to have to learn about buying groceries, using a budget, paying bills, paying taxes, buying a car, renting an apartment, buying a house, paying property tax. Yeah, you didn't want to think about that, did you? But all these things are coming your way. You'll learn things every day for the rest of your life, and it's wonderful if you decide to make it so. Learning is always a challenge, but the benefits are so incredible. Now, being able to learn and to work hard, those are two key ingredients that are essential to having success as an adult. Another key point, learning from failure. Everybody fails. I've failed. Those who learn from failure can find future success, sometimes even greater success. So now you're adults. You've made it. You'll begin taking care of yourselves, begin making a life for yourselves. It can be scary. It is often challenging. But if you can learn something every day, it can be fun, and you can make money and make a lot of money. Congratulations, graduates. On that theme, let me just pass along a song called Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in.
Hey guys, Charisse Gibson here, and I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. I know that this is less than ordinary, and I can actually relate to you all. When I was a senior in high school, that was when Hurricane Katrina hit, so when I graduated from school, I graduated with a lot of people that I didn't know. I didn't get to have that time and camaraderie with my friends that I had known since the 7th and 8th grade, so it was a very strange ordeal for me, but I was extremely prepared for the future. So I don't want to take up too much time. I know that you probably have so many questions about what's next, and you don't know how you're going to move forward, you know, what direction you're going to lead into, who's going to be your new friend, where do you fit in, and so many questions that are going to hit you as you move forward in life. And I know it hit me, and I finally, of course, found my friends. I found my niche, and obviously this is why I'm in this studio today, because I worked hard, and most importantly, I believed in myself and my abilities to do whatever it is that I wanted to do. So that is why I am dedicating this song to you. It is one of my favorite songs. Whenever I start to feel down and out and I don't feel like I can really push forward, I listen to this song all the time. It is Believe in Yourself by Lena Horne.
That you can go home. Believe.
Thank you, Charisse Gibson, for recommending that song, because you truly are living it. I remember Charisse telling me that as a child, she ran into me at Schwegman's grocery store when I was anchoring the morning show, and she said at that moment she decided that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a television journalist, and she is today. Dreams do come true, class of 2020. She is now a lead anchor at WWL. And remember, class of 2020, it's not just about attaining your goals. It's about helping other people attain theirs. You see, Angela Hill, who you're about to hear from next, saw a young reporter anchoring a show in East Abuchie, Mississippi, just outside of Hattiesburg. And she then went back to WWL in New Orleans and said, you know, I think you ought to check out that Sally Ann Roberts in Mississippi. She might be a good fit for WWL. So as you are going for your goals, look for opportunities to help someone else attain theirs. My hero, my role model, Angela Hill.
Hello, wonderful graduates. I'm so proud of you. I'm so thrilled for you. You've done something incredible. You've set a goal, you've accomplished it, and that just says volumes about you, your character, and your strength. And I know this last semester has been tough. Not what you wanted, but you got through it. And I really believe in my heart that when you look back over your education, you probably will remember this last semester, but the bigger memories are going to be of the incredible people you've met, the relationships you've made, the phenomenal teachers that have literally changed the course of your life in some cases. It's all good, and you are exactly what we need in this country. We need you. We need your future. We need your excitement. We need your goal setting. I just wish you everything. All good luck for the rest of your life. Know that we are applauding you, are proud of you, and you will have a terrific life. Congratulations. And finally, graduates, I just want to say a song that I have always loved. You may think it's kind of silly, but it's not. It's really a very profound song. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's all about hope, and you are our hope. And that's what I wish for you, that you never, ever lose hope.
Many people have sung this song Over the Rainbow since Judy Garland introduced the song back in 1939 in that classic The Wizard of Oz movie. So many people have sung that song, but one of my favorite versions was sung by a New Orleans native, someone that I met when she was in high school. She used to appear on the teen talk show Our Generation that I hosted on WWL-TV. Well, she went on to become an internationally acclaimed opera soprano, performing alongside the renowned tenor Placido Domingo. Sarah Jane McMahon, from her album Blessings and Silver Linings, Over the Rainbow.
Over the rainbow.
You might fear that you lose track of your friends. Well, that doesn't have to be. One of my dearest friends lives many miles away. She was a wonderful anchor, television anchor in New Orleans for many years, and now she lives in Alabama. But we stay in touch, and she always has a word of encouragement for me and for so many others. Karen Hopkins has mentored so many young adults, and she has a word for the class of 2020. Karen Hopkins.
We spend so much time in school that it becomes a familiar habit and a comfortable safety net. We know those rituals, and we become really good at sticking to those routines. And then one day it comes to an end. School's over for us. We're starting fresh. We don't know whether we'll succeed or fail as we head off into our future. This unknown can be scary. But instead of yielding to the fear, change your perspective. Treat this big unknown like it is an adventure. Get excited about what's ahead, but don't expect the adventure to be like it's an exotic trip or vacation. Don't expect it to kick in an adrenaline rush like you're going to climb a mountain. Turn everyday experiences into adventures. Take a different route to places you regularly go to. Explore your city like it's new, like you are a tourist. Learn a new skill, or how about a foreign language? And unleash the power that comes from having an attitude of gratitude. So my advice to graduating seniors is take your ordinary life and make it an extraordinary adventure. Train your mind, your heart, and your spirit to receive blessings and also to transform fear into positive expectations. And with adventure as your mindset, consider this as your theme song. McFadden and Whitehead, Ain't No Stopping Us Now.
Ain't no stopping us now.
There are so many people, class of 2020, who want to lend their voices of support to you. Among them is Christian LeBlanc, a renowned actor. He has won several Emmys for his role as Michael Baldwin on The Young and the Restless. And he is a renowned visual artist. But more than that, Christian is a true native son of Louisiana. He is constantly coming home to Louisiana to help the people here with whatever needs to be done. He has been involved in so many causes. And so my friend, I should say our friend, Christian LeBlanc.
Hello, Sally. Hello, class of 2020. My name is Christian LeBlanc. I am a native New Orleanian and a high school graduate from Jesuit High School. And one of the things I did learn in high school, and it's very important, is when to say yes. And when Miss Sally Roberts asks you to do something, you do it. So that worked. But I wanted to really take this chance and this opportunity that I'm being given to really congratulate all the grads of 2020. This was huge. You have done something remarkable. And I know it's disappointing. I know it's a weird time for all of us. And take the moment. Yes, it's disappointing. You're not going to get the prom. You're not going to get these things that go with this moment. And it's weird and disorienting. But do not let that take away from the fact that you did it. You accomplished this with the help of your loved ones and your family and friends. You did this. And really, after that moment of disappointment, take the moment of celebration. Even if it's just you in a room for a minute, to just say thank you. Thank you. Thank yourself. It's the biggest gift you could have given yourself. And I got to tell you, my high school and my experiences there collectively over the 5 years at Jesuit, we'll talk about that later, really helped make me who I am today. And I'm proud of the things I've accomplished. And they all started there with that big accomplishment of graduating from high school. So yeah, own it, enjoy it. And I got to recommend an inspirational song because that was part of my assignment. And I have to say Hallelujah Chorus because we performed Messiah in high school. And at the end of the Messiah, which is a production by Handel, a classical production, there is the Hallelujah Chorus. And George II, when he first heard it way back in the 1700s, was so impressed that he jumped to his feet. And when the king stands, everyone stands. So now it's a custom to stand during the Hallelujah Chorus. And when you hear it, you'll get it. And it's about everyone standing up because they don't know if he really did this. It might be a myth that George II did it, but people want to do things together and want to experience things together. So again, Sally, thank you for inviting me to experience. Thank you, class of 2020, for even sitting here and listening to this. And I'm so excited for you because this is the beginning of so many wonderful things. So congrats. And hail fellow well met. Job well done. Thank you.
Lisa Martin has traveled the world. She's had many careers, a television news producer. She is in demand as a field producer by television networks. She's an energy healer, an intuitive life coach, and teacher. Her former students at Loyola University call her Professor Martin. I call her friend.
It's Lisa Martin. Wow. All I can say is wow. You guys graduated and you made it through a pandemic. That means there is nothing you can't do. I just wanted to tell you, I know a lot of really smart, important people have, along the way, and including on this show, have already told you, what's next and you've got to be tough and you've got to be strong and all that. But you know what you've got to do right now? You've got to give yourself a pat on the back because you graduated during a pandemic. Now, wash your hands and then think about the things that you like to do for you that just make you feel good, whether it's playing with your dog or cat or being athletic, playing sports, no contact sports, but whether it's painting or singing or whatever it is you like to do that. Even if it's just, I like to take naps or I like to play video games, do that because you deserve to have a break right now. You've accomplished the biggest thing in the world and you still have bigger things ahead of you. You are ready for anything, but what you have to remember is there's a lot of uncertainty out there. And that means that you have to stay focused. You have to know what to do. So pay attention to what's going on in the news, but don't overindulge, because you want to make sure you take some time for you. And Bob Marley says, if you do that, every little thing's gonna be all right.
About a thing.
Aaron Neville, Grammy Award winner and part of New Orleans' family dynasty of musicians.
Hi, I'm Aaron Neville of the Neville Brothers. I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. Sorry you were cheated out of your ceremony, but I wish the best for you all. You're in my prayers. The world is yours. Use your knowledge to go forth and try and make this a better world for the people yet to come. May God bless one and all. Tell it like it is.
Oh, that voice. Thank you, Aaron Neville. Graduates of 2020, whether you graduated with honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or thank you, laude, you did it. You passed the test. It's a brand new day filled with all kinds of possibilities. Here's Aaron Neville singing Morning Has Broken.
Morning has broken like the first morning.
The Neville family has many musicians, but the family has made its mark in other areas as well. The daughter of the late great musician Art Neville, Arthell Neville, is a prominent journalist and network anchor. And Arthell has a message for the class of 2020.
Hi, I'm Arthell Neville. You are definitely in a class of your own. Congratulations, class of 2020. There will never be another one like yours. Stand tall and beam with pride for persevering and walking through the unknown. You are all spiritual warriors armed with internal strength and know-how. This trial by fire will forever serve as the fire inside you to conquer any and every achievement your heart desires. Wherever this road leads you, your internal GPS will show you the way. Up next is Tremaine Hawkins with What Shall I
Do?
And one of my favorite musicians has a message for 2020 graduates. Here is Leo Nocentelli, founding member and lead guitarist of the renowned funk band, The Meters.
Congratulations to the 2020 high school graduates and the 2020 college graduates. My name is Leo Nocentelli. I'm the guitarist with a group called The Meters out of New Orleans. Hopefully you guys will know who the group is and who I am. I'm here to try to pass on some advice to you guys about taking what you've learned in school and applying it to what's going on today. And it's very challenging and trying times right now. And we need all you great minds to really contribute to this world and in our country and try to help us get through this. And you guys are the next generation, so we need you to really apply yourself in trying to get this done. I was supposed to end this message with a song that the Meters have done, or a song that I personally wrote. But I thought that it might be more appropriate to end it with a thought about people trying to help other people, as I've always done, and I'm hoping that you continue to do too. And I couldn't have said it no better than this poem that I wrote. It's called You Might As Well. And the poem goes like this. It's called You Might As Well. Would you help me if I fell? You might as well. If you don't, would you go to hell? Now that's hard to tell. We are sentenced to life by our own conviction. Sentenced to life with no restrictions. Will it be filled with toil or strife? Well, that depends on how you live your life. Now, would you help me if I fell? You might as well.
Staying on that theme of the need for kindness, here's a song Leo Nocentelli wrote for The Meters, Lonesome and Unwanted People.
Many
graduated from Biloxi High School in Mississippi, my parents gave me a little book entitled As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. The whole premise is that, as the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he, that we are what we think. If we dwell on negative, we will produce negative. If we dwell on positive, we will produce positive. So can a child's dreams come true? Well, depends on whether you think your dream can come true and whether you're willing to work for it. Well, Dave Nesbaum, a meteorologist at WWL-TV, is proof that children's dreams can come true.
I'm meteorologist Dave Nussbaum from WWL-TV here in New Orleans. I want to give a big congratulations to all those graduating from both high school and college. While this, yes, is a unique time with COVID-19 across the country and world, it still doesn't mean you can definitely not have some fun out there and enjoy the hard work that you put in over the last 4 years from high school and 4 years or more as you graduate from college. Looking forward to those great new job opportunities out there. Well, yeah, things are a little bit rough out there now with the job market. Things will be improving as they always do. And never give up on your dreams. My dream as a little boy was to become a meteorologist on television. After fast forwarding through high school and college and grad school, finally achieved that dream and started my career many years ago, and I'm still living the dream today. I love what I do for a living, and it's so much fun being able to bring you your forecast and try to keep everyone safe anytime there's bad weather across the area. That is my passion, meteorology, and many of you have a great passion as well too, and I encourage you to definitely continue having that passion. While things may be a little rough now with trying to find jobs out there, don't worry, things will be improving as mentioned, and eventually you'll be able to live out that dream doing one of those jobs that you hope to do someday. So keep your chin up. You've done so much hard work. You know the education. Best thing to do right now is just to keep applying for jobs, networking with those in your same field, maybe even doing some internships if you can after school or some job shadowing just to get all that experience. And any kind of experience you can get is always key to finding that great job for those graduating from college and or those graduating from high school looking forward to college in the fall. While things may be a little different initially, don't forget you'll be able to have great experiences once you get into college here over the next couple of years. Now, one song that really comes to mind that really is very encouraging to me or inspirational is Journey's Don't Stop Believing. Always loved this song since I was a little kid, and especially when I was at Mississippi State, that's one of the theme songs they play out there, especially for the football team. So kids and adults, don't stop believing as you get ready to move forward in your new endeavors. Wishing you all the best of luck from Dave Nussbaum. Over to you guys.
And now I want to introduce owner of Robin's Nest in Pass Christian, Mississippi, my Aunt Dorothy Roberts.
Hello there, class of 2020. My name's Dorothy Roberts, and I'm here to congratulate you, to excite you, to inspire you, to say to you, you did it. 2020, high school graduates, you did it. You got through this wonderful milestone, this first milestone for you. And for some of you, maybe it's the second or the third milestone. But I'm very, very proud for you and very happy for you. I know it's been a tough time. Anybody who's been on this earth for the last 6 weeks with this pandemic have known how difficult this is and how strange your graduation is this year. It's not like my graduation in 1970. I'm not so sure how long ago it was, but you know what? This is about you. I just want to say, be inspired, be uplifted. You see, there's a picture behind me. I'm in my family home. There's a picture, and the lady in the blue is my mother, Lucy Marion Tolliver Roberts. Beside her is Sally Ann Roberts. Some of you know her from New Orleans. And then on top of her is Robin Roberts, our baby sister, and then I'm right beside them in the red. And you know what? In life, we have all had difficulties in life. We've all had challenges, and this is not the first of your challenges, but you got through it. You got through your high school graduation and a time when you would hope that you could be walking down the aisle with your cap and gown on, but instead you may be having a parade with in your car for your graduation. But it doesn't matter. You graduated. And on behalf of the Roberts family here in Pasquishan, Mississippi, we are very, very proud for you and proud of you, just like your parents are. So go out, be inspired, be uplifted, do something good in your world. That's how we get through this thing called life. Share with others. And know this, there's a song that I'm going to end with. Ain't no mountain high enough. I know it's a song from the 60s or the 70s, but it's a wonderful song that says there's nothing that can prevent you from succeeding. You've done this and you're going to do much more in life. So God bless all of you. We're excited for you, and go the class of 2020. Bye-bye.
I had a chance to work with some outstanding people in my years at WWL-TV in New Orleans. And three women I want to introduce you right now. Karen Swenson. She is a gifted journalist who has a heart for the people, and it shows in all the stories that she covers. Leslie Spoon. Leslie, right now I'm wearing the cap, the Saints cap, and the Saints shirt that you gave me. Leslie knows her sports and she knows her news, and she's moved from the sports department to the Eyewitness Morning News desk with Eric and Sheba. And April Dupre is a fitness instructor, businesswoman, and Eyewitness Morning News traffic reporter, and she still finds time to have lunch with me every now and then. We're going to hear from these three women. They have a message for the graduates of 2020, beginning with April.
Hey 2020 graduates, it's April Dupre here, traffic anchor at WWL TV. I want to encourage you guys to keep moving and pushing through. Mostly keep the beginning with the end in mind. This is an amazing time for you right now, although very challenging. You did it. You actually graduated, which is a huge accomplishment. As a former educator, it means so much to me to see students of various ages, no matter where you are in your academic career, succeed and work hard. So I promise, again, these are very challenging times for you, but you have accomplished something that is absolutely incredible. Please enjoy these moments. They don't last for too long, but be proud of yourself. Give yourselves a pat on the back. And of course, we are proud of you. This is just the beginning.
Golden Time of Day by May.
Let's Live Radio celebrates our 2020 graduates during this time of COVID-19 with songs of encouragement and special words of inspiration by some of your favorite people for 3 hours nonstop right here on letsliveradio.com.
Here's Leslie Spoon.
Class of 2020, congratulations to you. What a huge honor. You're graduating high school. You've worked so hard for this the past 4 years, really all of your lives. This is the biggest milestone to date for you guys. So congratulations are in order. And with that being said, I am so sorry. You guys have gotten such a raw deal. A lot of you guys won't have graduation ceremonies. You won't get to walk across that stage, as your name's been called, and smile and wave to all the people who have helped you get this far. This is a huge milestone in your life. A lot of you guys didn't get to go to prom. Your senior trips probably got canceled. You didn't get to walk out of your high school for the last time as a senior while the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors still had 25 days of school to go. You didn't get to scream out your car windows as you pulled out of the parking lot. And for that, I am so sorry. But from this point moving forward, well, first of all, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. But don't let this moment define you. Don't let this time in our lives. You can either use this as a crutch and have a bad attitude moving forward, or you could be positive and use this to your advantage. Just make it another obstacle along the way in your road to success, another bump in the road. I'm praying for each and every one of you that you find strength during this time. And I want you to remember that there's so much fear out there, so much uncertainty. But if you just look around the world, you see just those small acts of kindness. And it's really filled my heart, and I hope it's filled yours too. Moving forward, there's going to be a new norm. It's going to be weird. It's going to be difficult, but let it make you better. Let it drive you. Continue to follow your dreams, and maybe your dreams have changed, and that's okay. That's a good thing. So I want to leave you with the song, What a Wonderful World, from Louis Armstrong, because with so much going on in the world right now, sometimes it's nice to just look at the simple things and think, man, God's really blessed me so far, and he's got huge blessings moving forward to you guys. You might not have gotten to celebrate graduation the way you wanted to, but you know what? God's just going to make those other joyous occasions in your life that much sweeter. So God bless and congratulations.
What a wonderful world.
Here's Karen Swenson.
Sally Ann, thanks so much for the opportunity to congratulate the class of 2020. You did it. We see you. Our hearts are with you, and you make us all so very proud. Please don't think for a moment that you're the forgotten class, because you're the class we'll always remember. 2020, the class that persevered, the class that saw it through under the most difficult circumstances. And to those of you who lost loved ones during this pandemic or had loved ones who were sick, please know that our prayers and sympathy are with you. Far too many people have endured far too much, and that includes many of you. Your class has been tested more than all others in recent memory. You had to study amid fear, connect in isolation, plan for your future during the most uncertain times, and you did. And I am convinced that this challenge, this ordeal, will ultimately better equip you to lead the rest of us down the road. Endurance is a grace, and it's earned through trials, and it will serve you well in the future. You probably have strength you didn't know you had. You have courage. Doesn't mean you don't get scared at times, but you've fought through it to get where you are today. And you have so much support behind you. We believe in you. We are in awe of you. It's members of the class of 2020 who are tying those blue ribbons around town, letting first responders know how grateful we all are. It's members of the class of 2020 adopting a grandparent, creating companies to give masks to the homeless. It's members of the class of 2020 boldly forging ahead in quiet, more individual ways. And that's what it's all about, just moving forward. Just keep going. Be kind to yourself. We all have bad days. Be kind to one another, especially on social media. We need to lift each other up more than ever. And be fiercely confident in your ability. Don't let this bizarre world shake you. Stand tall. God gave you gifts, every one of you. Some of you may know what yours are, others may not yet. And that's okay too. They're there. Your purpose, your passion, your talents, they will reveal themselves. So don't be afraid to follow them. Take risks, fail, learn, try again. You had to conquer so much adversity to get where you are today, your graduation. And if you can do that, you can do anything. So for my song, I'd probably like to dedicate Bruce Springsteen's No Surrender, but I have a 16-year-old daughter and I took her to the Shawn Mendes concert. So I'm going to go with Shawn Mendes's Something Big. Dream big. You are all going to get there, and we are all so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
You can find Something Big by Shawn Mendes and all of the songs that we are playing today on all major streaming sources: YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, and more.
Irma Thomas is a Grammy Award winner, and she's won the hearts of people everywhere. The legendary New Orleans Queen of Soul. Irma Thomas represents the best of New Orleans, caring, giving, and involved in many activities that benefit the people of Louisiana, especially the children. So when I asked people to give a word of encouragement to the graduates, Irma was one of the first people to agree. Kelly, don't we love Irma Thomas?
Oh, yes, we do. She is definitely a face of reassurance. Anytime you see her, if you're out and about in your day and you see Irma Thomas, you know everything is going to be okay.
Hello to all you graduates. I'm Irma Thomas, and I'd like to say congratulations to all of you for completing 12 years, an early part of your education. I hope you don't stop there, because there's lots more out there waiting for you. Continue to educate yourself while you still have the time and the energy to do it, because remember, you're young once, but you're old forever. So don't wait until you start having a lot of responsibilities to continue your education. I would love to see you when you graduate with your master's and your PhDs in the future. So once again, congratulations from your love and your friend, Irma Thomas. I love you, and you all are simply the best.
Simply the best.
I get up in the morning, I turn on the television to find out what's happening in the news. I also tune in to Monica Pierre's Facebook Live to get my dose of encouragement for the day. And then I turn on 1230 WBOK radio to get my dose of OT. Oliver Thomas holding court, answering calls, and finding out what's going on in New Orleans. And he took some time out in the studio to give a shout out to the 2020 class.
Man, this is Oliver O.T. Thomas, man, host of the Good Morning Show, man, with the early bird Prof. Lee Hardy, man, on behalf of Equity Media, the entire WBOK family, man. Congratulations, man, to all of our high school and college graduates. No, look. Even if you had a promotional exercise, look, these times are difficult. You may not have been able to get that celebration that you wanted and deserved, but know that over here we salute you. We honor you. And you're the foundation to our future. So hey, look, don't feel slighted. At some point, man, we're gonna honor you the way you should be, the way you deserve to be, and know that all of your hard work, all of your education, all of your study is not in vain, man. It's gonna help us get through, not only get through coronavirus and COVID-19, it's gonna help us get through the future, man, with a generation that's so solid, intellectually, socially, emotionally, and spiritually, that y'all are going to have all the tools that y'all need, not just to make it for yourselves, but to make it for the generations that come behind you. So once again, Oliver O.T. Thomas, man, on behalf of the professor, the early bird, Lee Hardy, Equity Media, and the WBOK family, we salute you for graduating, man, and taking it to the next level. But guess what? It ain't over. There's a lot more hard work and sacrifice in your future, and there's a whole nother level you can go to. We're counting on you. Congratulations.
Oliver Thomas dedicates He Saw the Best in Me by Marvin Sapp to all the 2020 graduates.
Saw the best in me when everyone else around.
He is a seasoned journalist who has lived in many places during his career, but is proud to call New Orleans home. Ton has some interesting advice for graduates that you can start on right away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ton Truong. I've been a reporter for 20 years, and in that time, there's rarely been a time like the one we're experiencing now, and it's all unfolding as you're about to begin the next chapter of your life. It can be nerve-wracking, and that's understandable. That's part of being human, being part of a shared experience. This also is a time of opportunity for you. So much of what we've known, what we've grown accustomed to, is being reshaped. Schools, work, and even our home life is changing. In many cases, school and work are taking place where we call home. That's probably not how any of you envisioned what life would be after graduating, but this is where and when you take control of what happens next. Now, more than ever before, you get to plot your moves. Offices and schools are putting more decision-making in your hands. You can take online classes, work remotely, create a podcast, sell your art on Etsy, be a marketing specialist on Instagram, report the news you want to see on YouTube. You're part of a generation that can blend technology and organic cooking, and it can be shared with an audience around the world in a matter of seconds. You know how to create wonders through Wi-Fi. That's exciting, and I can't wait to see what the class of 2020 will show us all. While you're thinking of your next move, try to think about the people who helped you get to this point. Much of what I've mentioned so far is about your personal goals in careers and academics, but also take the time to appreciate what you have, and more importantly, who you have in your life. It could be your mom, dad, uncle, grandma, or best friend. Accomplishments are even better when you can share them with the people you hold close to you. My inspiration comes from my family. We've gone through some tough times together, from leaving Vietnam after the war to coming to the U.S. and taking on jobs no one wanted. We didn't have much in those early years, but we had each other. We celebrated Christmases with no gifts and took vacations at the local parks. Looking back on it, I wouldn't trade those memories for anything that I've gained in my career. They are my inspiration. Now I look forward to making new memories with them. So as you move beyond graduation, think about what kind of memories you can make and who you can share them with. Good luck, everyone. We're all with you.
Thank you, Ton, for some great ideas that the graduates can put into action immediately. And Ton is dedicating to all the graduates, You Be All Right by Music Soul Child.
alright. Yes, you will,
If you have lived in Southeast Louisiana for any length of time, you know our next commencement speaker. He is award-winning journalist, veteran television news anchor, mentor, and much sought-after public speaker, my friend, Norman Robinson.
Hello and greetings to the class of 2020, the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations to you all. I am Norman Robinson. I am a 69-year-old retired journalist. I retired in 2014 after 45 years in the news business and after 24 years of anchoring the news at WDSU, Channel 6. I bring you greetings from my favorite philanthropic group, and that is the Silverbacks. And you might be asking at this moment, who are the Silverbacks? Well, we are a group of African-American men who, in partnership with selected schools, predominantly public schools, we're committed to providing a systemic mentoring program for middle school boys. And you might say, I'm just simply trying to pass it on. By passing on, I mean just trying to give some inspiration to the young boys as they struggle with their identity and their challenges for becoming young adults. And you, at this stage of your life, have finished high school. This is your commencement. Not an ending, but a beginning. And this is perhaps one of the biggest challenges that you will be facing going forward, and that is because you now have to decide what it is that you're going to do to sustain yourself as a maturing adult, whether that's college, whether that's trade school, whether that's military, or whether that's just going straight into the labor force. But whatever it is, you have your own destiny. Your destiny is an individual endeavor. And that is left up to you to chart. It's left up to you to formulate. So ask yourself as you contemplate your experience of saying goodbye to high school and hello to the world beyond. Ask yourself, what is it? What is it that I'm about to do? And I challenge you to be brave, to be bold. I challenge you to disregard the naysayers, the critics. I challenge you to embrace your future. I challenge you to look beyond yourselves, your community. I challenge you to explore the world beyond. Find out what's out there. Follow your dreams. Stick to it, no matter what. I think I learned everything that I needed to learn about adulthood and success when I was a little boy attending a Baptist church way back up in the woods in Tomb Suba, Mississippi. Tomb Suba, by the way, is 14 miles northeast of Meridian, Mississippi, and 70 miles south of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of the University of Alabama. When I went to church, I used to hear the old folks, and I say old folks, I'm 69, so I'm about the age that they were at the time when I was a little boy. And they used to always say, they would admonish us to just keep on keeping on. And that is the message that I will pass on to you. Keep on keeping on. And what they meant by that is find something positive to do and just keep on keeping on. When your friends fall by the wayside, keep on keeping on. When your friends give up, keep on keeping on. When your friends and your family criticize you, keep on keeping on. And you've got a goal, stick to it. And at the end of that goal comes success. And by the way, success is not a destiny. It's a way of life. And I can remember a poem by one of my favorite poets, Nikki Giovanni. And in it, she was talking about a grandmother making rolls and a little girl playing outside, her granddaughter. And she comes to the door and she calls her granddaughter inside and says, "Honey, come on in here and learn how to make these rolls." And the little girl says, "Oh, Grandma, I don't want to learn how to make no rolls." And the moral of that exchange is this. The little girl didn't want to learn how to make no rolls. Nikki Giovanni explains it this way. Her grandmama was passing something on to her, which she would be obligated to pass on. And she wasn't ready to pass on. She didn't want the responsibility of passing anything on. But our challenge as human beings, and our obligation, and indeed our responsibility, is to pass on. And that's the one thing I love about the Silverbacks, and I'll leave you with that. And that is, we're just trying to pass on to make the world better. Our motto is, and you know, it took me a while to really embrace this, but it's a simple motto, but it is so profound. And that is, I will live my life as though each generation depends upon me. And I will teach and encourage all of mine to do the same. And I extend that challenge to you. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 3 things in life that you must remember. These are simple, but they're so important. That is, pay attention, follow instructions, and be kind. Now that last one, you know, you might poo-poo at that one, but that is the most important, because sometimes being kind is better than being smart. People will embrace you for being kind. They'll look over your defects or your deficiencies because you're kind. Be an inspiration. Surround yourself with inspirational things. No matter what you do, whatever you're involved in your life, be surrounded by something inspirational that's going to make you feel better. Going to make you do better. And I leave you with this. My inspiration sometimes just comes from a song. And one of my favorite songs for inspiration is titled "Lean on Me" by the late Bill Withers. Lean on me when you're not strong. And I'll bear your burden. I'll help you carry on. Pass it on. And keep on keeping on. Congratulations.
Me when you're not strong, and I'll be.
And now I'm going to introduce a person that I just admire so much. She has risen to the anchor desk in just 2 years at WWL TV. She is also the author of Off Air, My Journey to the Anchor Desk. And besides that, she is just a good, genuine person. And she is Sheba Turk.
Congratulations, graduates. I am so sorry that you all are probably not having the celebrations that you planned for your big accomplishment, but you still should recognize all the hard work and obstacles you've come through to get to this point. I remember my college graduation and high school graduation, and if I look at where I was then and where I am now, I never would have imagined that things would be going this well, mainly because it was an absolute mess. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Even when I graduated from college, I was still really uncertain about whether I wanted to go into journalism or do something else. And my college journey was just a struggle all across the board. I didn't understand finances. I made some bad financial decisions. I went to school in New York. I had to drop out. Then I couldn't afford college at all, so I set out for a semester, and I was a really hardworking student, so it was very difficult to process and accept that I put myself in that position. I finally got back in school at the University of New Orleans. I ran out of money again. I was going to drop out a second time, but that time I really say God sent me a miracle, because I met an amazing professor named Kim Bondi, who introduced me to Soledad O'Brien, who had a foundation that paid for young girls to go to school, the Powerful Foundation. So that's how I finished college. And that's my version of the story. What I got out of that story, though, is when you really want something, even when it doesn't make sense, you keep pushing forward. So I don't know what you guys are going through right now. And that's the thing. Everybody goes through different things at different times of their life. Some of you may not really be struggling with anything right now. If you're having a good time, good. Brace yourself, though, for life, because there will be more difficult times. If you're having a difficult time, whether that's loss that you're dealing with right now, whether you're dealing with anxiety and mental stress due to everything going on, whether you're just anxious about your future, know that it will pass, right? There will be better days ahead. And so that's why my song for 2020 graduates is Good Life. You guys are going to have a great life. Even if these are not the best days ever, try to enjoy your celebration. I do believe that having a positive outlook really changes how you view the world. A lot of times perspective. Now, it didn't pay my way out of college, but it kept me moving. It kept me motivated so that I met someone who eventually believed in me enough to do that. So congratulations, graduates, and enjoy my 2020 graduation song for you guys. It's Good Life by One Republic.
Oh, we are going through something right now with this coronavirus. And you know what, Kelly? I believe that this is a time when friends stick together. And I'm so encouraged. We may not be able to be with our friends, but being able to talk to our friends. And one of my good friends, one of my best friends, is Eric Paulsen. I worked with him for about 40 years. We arrived at WWL-TV the same week. And, he's always been somebody with a joy, just a joy that he just makes people laugh. Sometimes as I was driving home from work, I would think of something that Eric said to me earlier in the day, and I'd laugh all over again. And I know motorists are passing by and they're saying, whatever she's listening to, I want to listen to that. But Eric, I called him because I just was checking on him to see how he was doing. And I asked Eric for a song that he enjoys, that gives him courage or gives him strength when he's feeling down. And this is what Eric Paulsen had to say.
Sally, the song that kind of gets me through these days, and did back in the 90s too, it's Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping. The name has nothing to do with anything about the song, but it goes, I get knocked down and I get up again, and you're never going to keep me down. And that's how I feel when things are getting kind of rough like they are now. You may not like the lyrics about the whiskey drink, the vodka drink, the lager drink. Forget that part, but the other message is really good. When I get knocked down, I get up again, and you're never going to keep me down.
Never going to keep Eric down. And I think that we become stronger when we go through times like this, Kelly. Mama used to say, your grandmother, Lucy Marion, used to quote from Streams in the Desert. And she would say, God is preparing his heroes, and when the time is right, he will quickly fit them into place, and the world will wonder where they came from. And at times like this, we see so many heroes coming up.
So true. We have heroes all around us, sanitation workers, police officers, medical staff, people that work at Walmart, Uber Eats, all of these people that we didn't realize that we depend on, we do, and they're still working. Heroes all around us.
I was listening this weekend to a powerful sermon by Reverend Tony Evans on television, and Reverend Evans said that we have to praise him. We need to praise God, especially now when we're going through something. We need to lift up our voices in praise. And so it gave me an idea, and I sent my family a video text challenge.
Oh yeah, a lot of people responded.
I texted my family and I asked them to share a testimony and a song that had inspired them. And my eldest daughter, Judith, was the very first person to respond, and wow, did she ever have a testimony.
I accepted Mom's challenge. So the song that I'm going to be talking about is Yolanda Adams' The Battle Is the Lord's. So my story behind this song is that, as y'all know, my dad died back in 2002. And at that point, it was in November 2002, and I was in my fall semester of my sophomore year of college when he died. But as y'all know, like with grief, it could be so weird the way mourning is just so weird how it happens. So for me, in my mourning, back in November, like when he died in November, I wasn't feeling that grief. I was not feeling that grief at all. And it was so weird. And it wasn't until the summer of 2003, is when I actually began to grieve in a way, like a traditional grieving way, where you're like sad and just like broken up about it. It's like the following summer after he died, it would be as if he had just died, because that's how I would have, that's how I was acting, that's how I was feeling. So I was very emotional that summer. But in the midst of that, God really did step in during that summer too, because I started experiencing God on another level during that summer. It was like I was experiencing him physically. I was feeling his presence. I was, just feeling like I was communing with God on another level during that summer with 2003. So going into the fall semester, I'm going through all this emotional stuff. And I have to register for classes at Xavier. And as y'all know, like, y'all don't remember if y'all are young, but when you register for college, you gotta go to all these buildings on campus. You gotta go to the registrar's office. You gotta register for your classes, meet with your counselor, make sure you're picking the right classes for your major, make sure you're on track to graduate on time. You have to go to like several different buildings in one day. And, it's a lot, right? But at that time, it was more than a lot. It was nearly impossible. So for me that day, I was feeling so overwhelmed. But I was at the end of the day. So I was like, okay, all I have to do is this one last stop I got to make is to the financial aid office. And if y'all know anything about HBCUs, y'all know financial aid office is the office where, it's a lot. So anyway, financial aid, because it's so many students at Xavier, it was held in the cafeteria. So I'm thinking, yes, it's the end. I can finally just be done with this day. And, because I'm feeling like drained, emotionally drained. You have a lot of stuff going on internally and you got to deal with real world stuff. It could be a lot, because you're trying to deal with real world stuff, but inside you're going through so much internal stuff that nobody can see. So I was excited once I got to that last stop at the financial aid office or at the cafeteria for financial aid. This is the most important part too, because if you can't get the money right, all that other stuff you did earlier in the day won't even matter, because you've got to get the money right? So I get there, as soon as I walk in the door, it's like a bus hits me, because I see a line unlike any line I've ever seen. It's filled, the entire cafeteria is filled to the brim with students waiting. Then there's a line outside of there wrapping around and around and around and around. So when I see that, I instantly, it's like, I can't do this. Like, I felt like I was about to collapse. I felt like I actually, to the point where I was looking for a bathroom. Like, I just instantly started looking for a bathroom because I knew I was about to break down in like 3, 2, 1, breakdown. That's what I felt like, right? But at the desk where you have to sign in, and I had just eyed the bathroom. I just saw the bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'm about to sign in with this lady, and I'm about to sprint to this bathroom so I could break down crying, because this is it. I've reached my limit. But as I'm signing in with that lady at the desk, she's sitting at a table, and she has a radio that's playing the gospel station. And the radio, I instantly heard the words, "This battle is not yours, it's the Lord's." Boom! And it hit me like, no one else would have known that those words shored me up to the point where, like, I still went to the bathroom because I was like, well, maybe I still have to, but I didn't have to cry. And it was amazing. It was supernatural. It was like God literally spoke a word into me right in the moment when he knew I needed to hear it. Because the way I received it was, this battle of all these long lines and all this registering stuff and financial aid, this battle is the Lord's. Okay, like I received that so strongly to where not only did I didn't have to cry, I was kind of weirded out by the fact that I didn't have to cry. I was like, okay, this is weird. So I leave the bathroom. And remember when I said how long that line was, how the cafeteria was filled with people waiting and the line was wrapped around me? I left the bathroom, sat down. After sitting down for 2 seconds, my name is called. Now, it's before all the other people that were waiting. I don't know. And I had just gotten there like 20 seconds before then. And when I went to the lady, I didn't even have to say, it was like I just gave my name. Oh, everything's fine. You're done. Like seriously out of this world crazy. For me in that moment, I felt like, wow, I can't believe. So that lady that was sitting at that table will never know, because I didn't go and tell her. She would never know that her having her radio on that local gospel station saved me from having a serious breakdown, because God was able to use that moment, that song. And that's the thing, God will step in on time. He's not early. Like, I've heard the song, I've heard that song plenty of times before that, and I loved it, but I didn't need it at those times. I needed it right in that moment. I didn't need it 10 minutes before I got there. I needed it right, and he stepped in right when I needed it with that song.
The battle is not yours, it's the Lord.
Oh my gosh, I love that song, and I am so glad that the person that worked there, the lady was there, even though she didn't know it. I'm glad that she was playing that song, because this was a horribly devastating time in the lives of all of us, but especially Judith, because they were so close with sports, the games they watched together every week. I mean, so many reminders were around her all of the time. She was truly a daddy's girl. And so I know this was in particular a very hard experience for Judith to have to go through that process with all of those emotions on her heart. And I'm just very grateful that the lady was in the spirit herself, because we never know when we are doing something that might be mediocre to us but life-changing for someone else. So always just move in the spirit.
And Kelly, you also testified about a song that meant a lot to you. And you had an earth angel who came to your rescue as well. Here's Kelly.
Hey, Fab Fam. So I'm taking the challenge, and we have to name a song that has gotten us through at a certain point in our lives. I remember when I was around, my 20s? Yeah, my early 20s, I felt at that point in my life that I was losing. I was struggling to get through college. It took me 6 years to graduate from what could have been a 3-year, 4-year bachelor's program. So I just really felt like circumstances were against me, and that felt like I was losing. And then I had the CD. I think Aunt Phyllis gave it to me. It was had God Favored Me by Hezekiah Walker on it, and a whole bunch of other songs. And that song really got me through. That got me through. So if you ever feel like circumstances are against you, listen to God Favored Me by Hezekiah Walker. I mean, you're going to feel like you're winning after you listen to that.
That's what they did. They told a whole lot of lies. But God favored me. My character.
I had the privilege of meeting this giant in the gospel music world back in 2015 when he stopped by the Eyewitness Morning News and performed for the morning show audience. And I was struck by the fact that he did not have a large entourage. Here is a pastor, actually a bishop of a mega church in Brooklyn. He is the founder and leader of the Love Fellowship Choir. He has so many hits that are just mind-bogglingly good. Grateful, Every Praise, I'll Make It. Oh, one of my favorites, I Need You to Survive. Sold out. And God Favored Me. My goodness, and the list goes on and on. And yet, when he came to the morning show, he did not have a large entourage. He greeted everybody. He talked to everyone. He was so down to earth and just amazing. But the most amazing thing, Kelly, is the fact that his music can transform lives. And you're case in point, aren't you?
Oh my gosh, yes. Bishop Hezekiah Walker doesn't even know how the songs that he has composed has transformed mindsets for so many people, especially me, and especially the song God Favored Me. That song really was right when I needed it. And, and I just thank God for Hezekiah Walker being in the spirit to be able to speak to people, especially at a time like this. And here is Hezekiah Walker.
Hey everybody, I'm Hezekiah Walker, the gospel singer, and I wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2020, all those who graduated from high school and college. Although COVID-19 distracted your now, it didn't disrupt your future. I'm very proud of you, and congratulations to the class of 2020. And remember, what's coming is better than what's been.
Better by Hezekiah Walker.
Gotta get better. People all over the world. Gotta get better. Oh.
Yes, class of 2020, high school and college graduating seniors, let me tell you, it's gonna get better. And I thank Hezekiah Walker and the Love Fellowship Choir for developing this song a couple of years ago. And if you go online to YouTube, you can find the music video, and it is so moving to see people of every ethnicity around the world singing this song and lifting their hands in praise. It's gonna get better. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And that is for you, and that is for me. That is for all of us. And my wonderful son-in-law, Mario, put it this way. He said, "Mama Sally, be the love you want to see in the world. Be the kindness you want to see in the world. Be the goodness that you want to see in the world." We can make a difference. We can all make a difference.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. This is Mario Abney, and you're listening to The Step. Right now, I have a special message for you from a Quaker newsletter. Live beneath your means. Return everything you borrow. Stop blaming other people. Admit it when you make a mistake. Give clothes not worn in 3 years to charity. Do something nice and try not to get caught. Listen more, talk less. Every day, take a 30-minute walk. Strive for excellence, not perfection. Be on time. Don't make excuses. Don't argue. Get organized. Be kind to kind people. Be kind to unkind people. Let someone cut ahead of you in line. Take time to be alone. Reread your favorite book. Cultivate good manners. Be humble. Realize and accept that life isn't fair. Know when to keep your mouth shut. Go an entire day without criticizing anyone. Learn from the past. Plan for the future. Live in the present. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. From a Quaker newsletter.
Step by Mario Abney. I'm telling you, Kelly, makes me want to dance.
Yes, I love that song as well, and you can find it on his album, The Abney Effect Volume 1, Instant Grits, and you can see the music video on YouTube, and you can buy the stuff on iTunes.
We want to thank all the graduates of the class of 2020 for joining us for this special celebration of your special accomplishment. We wish the best for you, and we know that the best is yet to come for you. I want to leave you with a plan that I call a success plan. I say, minding your P's and D's. Pray daily, prepare diligently, proceed daringly, persevere dauntlessly, and praise him divinely. And watch those doors open for you. We know that good things are coming your way. And you know, we have something very good coming your way right now. We've got Amanda Shaw, the renowned Cajun fiddler. Amanda Shaw, she started playing the fiddle when she was only 8 years old, and she has just rocked the world with her music. And we're going to leave you with a word from Amanda Shaw for the class of 2020, and then listen to one of her hits, Busybody. Well, until we meet again, remember everyone, keep reaching up.
Hey grads, it's me, Amanda Shaw, and I know this year has been far from perfect, but I'm gonna tell you about a little story my mom used to read me. It was one of my favorite stories. It was about a boy with a pair of magic boots, and he would put on these magic boots, he would close his eyes, he'd dream of a place, and the boots would take him there. And as I started learning to play violin, and I started down my career, I felt like my violin was kind of like my magic boots. I would take my violin, I'd close my eyes, I'd think of a place, and my violin would take me there. But the one thing that this children's storybook didn't really cover was that the path between closing your eyes and thinking of a place and being there can be full of rocks, can be bumpy, and quite frankly, unpredictable. But here's something I've learned so far on my journey. While not every show has gone exactly according to plan, not every tour has been well attended, not every deal I've ever made has been fruitful, but I have experienced some really amazing things during the last 20 years of my career. I've toured other parts of the world, I've made friends all around the planet, and I've made incredible memories, and those wouldn't have been possible without fighting through every single one of those obstacles. You see, while we might not be able to choose the exact path that life takes us on, we might not be able to pick the cards that we're dealt, we can decide how we play those cards. We don't have to let the things that happened to us yesterday dictate our tomorrow. I know this year's been full of disappointments. It's been full of missed proms and graduations and other senior traditions. But quite frankly, it's probably not the last disappointment you'll ever experience. But that's okay, because you have you and you have your talents, and that's all you need. See, not only are you unique, but the dreams and the goals that you have are also unique to you. And the way you choose to overcome obstacles help tell that story. You just have to believe in yourself, because there's nobody else out there quite like you. And you have to fight for what's on the other side, because you deserve all the greatness that's waiting for you. So as you close this chapter in your life and you go and you embark on the next part of this journey that you're on, I hope that all of you close your eyes and you dream of a place and you dream big. And I know that life will take you there no matter what, because you have you, and that's all you need. You are awesome, and you deserve every bit that's waiting for you. So get out there, do something awesome. I'm so proud of all of you guys, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things that I know you're gonna accomplish. Congrats, class of 2020, you guys did it.